Hi, welcome back to a Nomad Tale. In this episode, we're going to really utilize some of our PvP tools that we haven't had a chance to use yet. We're gonna study the night sky and see how patterns and nebulae can help us orient where we are in the world. And we're gonna chase some explorers around. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. This dude's rolling with a carrier. I need to leave. Look at this. Holy shit. And I decloaked on it too because I was going to go check it out. Holy smokes, that scared me. I've never seen a cap in J-Space in my life. And I just literally face-checked a fucking carrier. Let's get the hell out of here. I was gonna check out all these holes and catalog them, but not if there's carriers running around. Well, I was just chilling, but I see some extra probes in here. And, I believe that somebody is here. We're in a class 3 with a high-sec static, 2 jumps from our home. Really nothing here to loot, sadly. 1 data site's really not worth it. But the player that I saw is probes. Oh my god, there's literally no way. There's no way this is happening. Pacifiers on scan. What is he doing? He's off scan. Did he just come from high sec? Is he gonna jump through here? Dude, we could conceivably catch him if he jumps in there. I'm going for it. I don't give a shit. That's so crazy because he's in this hole, so he's gonna have to come back through here to get to where he came from. This is nuts. Did we lose him? We lost him again. Alright, but that's good. I mean, any activity is good activity. At any point he could come back here. Oh my god, no way. No way. We're going for it. We're going for it. Got to double click in space and immediately drop the bubble. Reapproach. Spool. We'll drop another one on the other side. Or when we got on in the middle. See what happens. Need one for the other side. I see him, I see him, I see him, I see him. I see him. Did I get him? See if there's some chance of it, right? We'll try not to kill our saber here. Damn, okay, well, you know what? I feel good about that. We had a shot there. I'm sure I could have done better, but... Whoa! Who the fuck is this guy? Who the hell are you? Wish I wasn't warped out in the freaking pos that time. But we can still stealth up. Like 99 times out of 100 I log out in a deep safe. This time I was lazy and logged out in my pos because I had a timer. And maybe they saw me. And he's literally just chilling at the planet. I mean, I'm not gonna go for that. So here's the thing. Yes, there is a chance. Okay, there is a chance that this Loki floating here right next to my pos was just scanning this system down and he warped to this Poco and he drifted off and he forgot to activate his warp. There is a chance of that, right? A higher chance is that this person perhaps saw my Loki when it was floating there with cloaky eyes and decided to bring a bait Loki out here, brick tanked it, and try to get a quick kill. Right? Something like that. So again, there's a chance this is a noob and I gave up a free Loki kill, but you know what? I'm not really looking for content at the moment, and I'll be honest with you, that was too sketchy, so. Too many questions. Either way, we just watched him leave, so that's good. If he comes right back in, it's just him trying to bait again. I'm not biting it, period. I pick the targets. You don't bring the targets to me. This is like really weird. We had a class 4 wandering and a class 4 K162, like an exit. And the 162 expired. It was end of life. It expired. And then another system opened up. Sorry, another signature opened up in my system. And it was another wormhole. It was another class 4 162. So a 1624 closed and then a 1624 opened. It's like weird. And then the whole time we have a class 4 wandering too. So like 3 class 4s randomly in our system, you know? Very uncommon. You know, I never really thought about it, but I should be putting my crane and other stuff that cloaks. I should be putting them in the deep safes and logging them out. Because, why would you keep it in a bubble, right? Why make it known whenever you log your crane in? We don't have to do that. We can just, go between a bunch of deep safes and always have a nice little safe spot to log out at. Etc. We found ourselves a little heron over here. Might have to make a ping and rewarp to catch him. I didn't combat scan him, but let's see what happens. Yeah, there he is. We got a ping.
Warp drive active.
Warp to the ping. See if he goes to another can or not. Looks like he is. Warp to this can at 10. We'll decloak and kill him. Haha, he got off. Did the best I could. Yeah, so this might be the weirdest thing that's happened to us yet. I'm sure he knew when he sent the email that I was gonna mention this, but so this person contacted me and, long story short, said that this control tower I'm looking at right now is theirs and they want it taken down because they're dealing with a high sec war and this is the last tower they have to take down. They contacted me and asked me if I could help them get in to take it down or if I could kill it. And I kind of was like, okay, this is sketchy as hell. And, you know, I probably shouldn't do this, but I look at their kill board and I kind of saw that this might be plausible. So I contacted the guy on Discord and he was able to prove to me that he owned this. And for some reason, no idea why, I told them that they could come in and I gave them the SIGs. So now I have a really strong corp that is en route to my hull right now in allegedly a Viator and a scanning ship, but you know, they could be bringing the big guns. No, I'm just kidding. No, I highly doubt they're going to do anything to my hull. It's really weird to let people into your wormhole as a solo guy, but I mean, the story checked out, so if it's social engineering, I totally fell for it, and that's fine, but luckily I have prepared for that, and we have moved the Orca to a undisclosed location. So, So what you would expect is in like the next 20-30 seconds for a viator to pop up here. There it is. Nailed it. Feels wrong to let somebody sit here in a BR in my system. So basically what happened right now is he just realized that in order to unanchor the modules, the tower has to be online. And to unanchor the tower, you have to unanchor the mods. So he's in a catch-22 and he has to literally run back and get fuel from HiSec to to online this. Oof. There they are. This is the part where like 20 Lasheks just come in and anchor up here. I wish he would hurry up. He's doing it as fast as he can. I know he is, but it makes me nervous seeing him out there. Like, I don't know if I'd want to defend him, you know? If he gets jumped right now, I feel like I would just let him die. Because, I don't know. I'm not in control, right? It sure is cool as heck watching him do this. I don't know why. I just like stuff like this. Dude, setting up and taking down passes is like, oh, some of the lamest stuff on the planet. It's like planetary interaction levels of bad. Honestly. So we're in a Bazin and they're actually camping the Hikota gate. I've never really seen this. This is rare. Looks like we're fine. Nothing's near us, so we'll just be able to push Shara and then cloak, right? Good to go. Can't stop that. The only thing that goes wrong there is if you tap cloak too early, and it doesn't activate because you're still like recovering from gate cloak or whatever the heck it is. But the easy way to get around that is to simply, so if we're sitting here and we're in a gate cloak and we want to go here and cloak immediately and not get targeted, it's a pretty fine line to walk. It may be something you're nervous about. So as soon as you click the warp button, your ship decloaks like the next server tick, which is like a 1 hertz. And then from that point on, you can cloak, right? But if you click this too fast, you're not going to cloak, so you have to click it again. So there's a way to tell that you clicked it too fast. I'm going to do it, and then it's going to be really fast, but watch. So if I click warp and then try to cloak too fast, see how this box pops up here? That means you need to push it one more time. So here we are again with gate cloak. This time we won't wait as long. So if we look at a target, I'm going to try to activate the cloak too quick again. You're going to see the box pop up right here, up at the top of the screen. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait about another 1/4 to 1/3 to 1/2 of a second. Just give it a little moment, right? And then tap it again pretty quickly. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to click warp. We're going to cloak too early. We're going to get our box, and then we're going to cloak again, right? So we got the box, click it again. Now we're cloaked. See that? So we pushed cloak twice there. The lesson to learn here is you only ever have to push cloak twice, and only if you push it too early. If you manage to wait at the perfect timing, there won't be a box here. You'll just enter cloak. So you always get an indicator if you did too fast, but not for being too late. The indicator for being too late is you get locked and die. A rare class 6 system here. I always like to check these out. Now there's a capsule. Look him up. So you'd have to think that he was either just killed or... Wow, his pod just came through here. Oh, he's just an explorer. We kill his pod. Oh, he warped off. Oh, he warped off. Can we get the probes in? Yeah, we got him in. So he just died, and he came from that way. I'm a little scared right now, actually, of this system. And it looks like he just Alt F4'd there. Alright, so these are Laserhawk guys. I believe. I'm not gonna kill the capsule. We're gonna pop back through and just let this one be. I mean, a dude literally just died. Yeah, he was an explorer, but... You know. Who knows who's out here? We'll let that one rest. So there's a venture in this system. His name is Mark. He is part of Mildly Unprofessional. He's just lost a bunch of... It's like scanning ships, so he's probably just a random alt. So, question is though, where is this guy? Oh, the scanners. Uh-oh. How much time do I have? Not much. We landed, go through. GGN 20. So these probes are actually helping me to keep my saber out of the easy view if it's got a small window. Alright. Oh, did he just warp? What the f? No f way. No f way. How did he see that saber? Man, he must have been refreshing like a madman. Crazy. Holy crap, I just saw a Legion flash. Look. Still. At 7. What the f... Okay, he's definitely in the cluster, but he's not at any of the Celestials. What the f... He's hacking? Excuse me?
Warp drive active.
I'm already at that site. Oh, dude. Wish I had the Loki right now. I kind of want to throw the freaking Proteus on it and just 1v1 it. Honestly, I kind of want to do that.
Warp drive active.
God, I wish I had the damn Loki as backup, but by the time I get it, he'll be done here, if he's not already done. You think it's bait? Let me look at this ship. What does he have on there? I mean, that looks like full scanning and shit, doesn't it? My God. How's that not bait? Do we take bait and lose a Proteus? You know? Is that what we're doing here? about to try it. Is he warping off now? Is he done? Making the decision for me?
Warp drive active.
About to go for it. I don't know. This dude looks like bait. It's crazy. It's about time I bid on something, right? Oh, am I gonna actually decloak? No. Dude, look how baity that is. I don't like that, yo. I want to see him move somewhere. It's bait. It's good bait. Oh, he's brick tank? Hmm. It's definitely interesting. Is he not gonna fight back, or should I send the saber there, or what?
Warp drive active.
Getting a little distance on me. Let me see if I can finish him. Bringing the saber here just as an anti-tackle. Get a little more damage on him, you know, might as well. No bubbles though. We want to make sure our Proteus can get out if possible. I'm not sure, like, is this real? Like, have I just not been baited yet? Like, what's happening? Is this guy hacking in a f***ing Legion? Am I watching this right? Oh, he's starting to target me. Get the, let's get this. Get the saber out of dodge. Hey, we killed him. What the heck? That's so wild to me. What the fuck is this? Oh, this value. Huh. Weird. I'm gonna leave the corpse there for a sec. Wow, that was really unexpected. I was so close to not biting on that until he bumped into that last can. And then I was like, okay, I guess we're doing this. So where's that Anoikis, I guess, is the next question. Anoikis is at this cluster. No? Huh, he's at a safe. Interesting. Is this guy AFK? Does he not know what combat scanners is? Does he not care? Am I getting baited on Anoikis? Who knows? Who the hell knows? And quite frankly, who cares? See if I can decloak on time this time. Pretty much right when you see the grid load. There it is. Okay. Oh. There he is. Hey, bud. What's up? I think he's gonna die. He died. Didn't have anything good on him. Okay, so this one was long overdue. I managed to slim down my left-hand side UI by putting personal assets in places in its own fold-down tab. So this is the new way I have it, and this is the old. You see the size difference? It's crazy, right? And the other thing I did was I put salvaging drones on the ventures. Just for fun. I mean, it was like a day of training on each. I'm not that stingy. And if I ever kill anybody right next to my system and feel bored, I'm gonna go salvage their wreck. It's gonna be disrespectful. It's gonna be great. But yeah, the salvage is literally worth nothing from sleepers. So just kind of like a fun thing I wanted to do. Having the ability to salvage out here is pretty much not that important, but you know, for example, I could have gone and salvaged that Legion that we killed, but you know, didn't really feel like it. I had so many gas sites that I want to mine that it's not worth wasting any time at this point, but yeah. Definitely thinking about using the 4th account again, but I'll probably wait one more week to sync it up with my other characters. But I'm definitely thinking I want that character, and we have a nice bankroll now, so I believe we can afford to sustain these characters out here. So maybe start up some SP farms, that kind of stuff. But yeah. You know, I get really excited when I log on and there's gas sites in my system. And today we found a Barren and a Bountiful. The Bountiful in particular is very nice. But I warp here to trigger the rats, and the rats are already here. Which means that somebody already ninja'd this site. Which is very tragic. My rare gift, this bountiful frontier reservoir, has been tainted by the touch of another. It's okay though. We were gonna clear these rats and then get this gas and be cool about it. Really the only thing that makes me uncomfortable about this type of thing is that somebody was in here and has this scanned down, but we'll be really safe with our tier 3s when we clear it later. Anyway, let's set this one and hope they didn't ninja this one too, but they probably did. So for making pings, I like to wait until the objects load and do it the same tick. You wait now. And that usually gives you a pretty decent ping. See how it's like 1,000 out? So even if you're a little slow, you'll usually get it in that range. But that's like the trick for making pings that I've found works the best. Anyway, we'll just trigger this site by warping here, uncloaked. And warp back to the ping.
Warp drive active.
And in 25 minutes or so, we'll come back here and clear that out. Alongside the Bountiful. And then we'll harvest the gas. So there is an Astero and a Helios in this system with all this gas. I was originally coming in here to set the rats and then clear them, but it appears as though we have company. Which means that I have to do something about that now. It's an Astero and Helios, so the Saber is better than the Sweeple, but I was in the Sweeple when I saw him, so let's just chill for a minute. So you may have noticed on your own that there are two types of formations. There's the ball, which is called pinpoint. There's also the flat, which is called spread. So you can go between them by clicking these buttons, right? The spread is designed to quickly cover an entire system with low accuracy, and the pinpoint is designed to, of course, narrow the signatures down so you can warp there. In the times of old, you actually had no formations. You had to move all the probes one by one, which is what I'm about to show you. But before we do that, let me show you this first. If you hold control, you're able to actually change the distance between the probes. Now, if you have low scanning skills and you are all the way down to the smallest possible ball, this thing, right? And you still can't resolve it. What you have to do then is hold control and then slide them even closer. That way, the signature is closer to the center of all of them. However, you don't want to put it into a complete ball, because then there's no overlap and they can't triangulate, for whatever that word would be. So you want to put them like something like that, right? You'd want to slide them about halfway, like that, and that would allow you to get the signature. Now, back to the other thing we were talking about. If you hold shift, you can actually move each probe. I mean, come on, how cool is that, right? If we hold shift and move one probe here, you see how that green circle doesn't touch the center here? So I can't see that. If that was here, my D-scan would pick it up. But since it's here, my D-scan can't pick it up. So if we analyze that, that gives us the return of one single probe. You could put all the probes stacked on top of each other if you want, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to get a return. If there's something there, it'll tell you. It'll just give you a very low % chance, right? So basically, this is kind of a largely unnecessary tactic, but for scenarios where you want to see if there's any ships in space and you don't want to reveal your combat scanning activity, this is perhaps the only way to do it. Gotta love that discipline in wormhole space, right? We saw Helios, we saw probes, then we saw an Astero, then we saw one Loki, then we saw one Loki, and then radio silence. You gotta love that. Oh my god, somebody lost a bunch of ventures on the ordinary. What in the hell? I found the Loki pilots and the, oh my gosh, those bodies just led me to understanding who's here. Check this out. So this is one of these ventures that died. Right? With me? Look who they're killed by. 2 Lokis. Ooh, they're rolling it. Ooh, are they rolling? No. No. No, they wouldn't roll it, right? Oh, he went in the hole. He didn't even say hi. Yo, he's back. They're finishing it. Yes. How is he not in that hole yet? There you go. I was like gonna say he's like inside of it. Okay. Let's see if this shrinks. No? Oh, no, not that. This. It's not crit yet.
Warp drive active.
Ah, there's some gas. Scoop you. Buff.
Warp drive active.
Yeah. Why did you decloak?
Drive active.
Why'd you decloak? Didn't you warp to me first? What a weird interaction. It's perfectly obvious to me that these guys are good.
Mollified active.
When I laugh about not even close or moonwalking out and all that, it's like that. I mean, the advantage is to the prey 9 times out of 10 in this game. You have to do a lot of work to kill people that are actually trying to get away, right? I guess we'll do a quick look around and see if those guys finished rolling that hole. Let me pull it up here. It was, I don't know, I marked it as a bookmark. Let's go in. It's been quite some time since I've been in here, so I imagine there's 0 chance they're like camping this hole or something. You never know. Okay, so I believe I marked it. This one, SKC. It is gone, all gone. But that's gone, so we can update this and go about our merry way. Yeah, so I just went into my class 5 and this guy responded within like 30 seconds with probes on it. It was very fast. And now he's already in here, scanning more stuff down. And we're going. I hit him? Oh, I missed him. I warped off. Why can't I target him? Oh, did he cloak? I warped.
Warp drive active.
See where I warped to. Looks like he warped right to my face at the Loki. Amazing. He warped off. These ships are not equipped for this, but he probably got scared shitless from that. I had the Loki waiting for him at the exact spot he warped in. Amazing. There he is. Where's he going? Is he going to that? Yep. Nailed it.
Warp drive active.
So now I drop a bubble, go through, drop a bubble, he dies. Hopefully. Hopefully. Drop another one. If we can actually get the decloak on this one. think I'm gonna get... There he is. You're so dead, dude. Can't go back through. Gotcha. He actually did go through. I thought he didn't go through for a second. Wow, neat. Get his pod too, since we're a bubble ship. Huh. I honestly thought I gave that away when I jumped back through without making sure he went through. Interesting. Cool. Not really worth salvaging that, I suppose. Yeah, so we did everything right. So that's why we saved this, the third bubble. That kind of zugzwangs him into a loss. You play chess and know what that means. I guess I should start with that. But either way, yeah. Finally got a kill with the saber. I mean, we've been trying with this bad boy for a minute out here, but stuff's slippery, you know? Either way, I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, so check this one out. Normally, when I play Eve at least, I kind of, what's the word? I kind of like abstract the game away. Like, a system is a room, and a constellation is a group of systems, and they're all kind of the same, and the relation is largely abstracted in my head. But there are a couple ways that you can completely change the way you look at the game. And one of the coolest ways I've found is to actually create a sense of spatial awareness in especially Empire space. I'm going to show you how to do that because I found a really cool example. So here we are in Tama, which is, of course, a notorious system for faction warfare and pirating throughout the years. Tama is interesting, though, for this purpose because it's between a bunch of other regions, and regions that we specifically want to look at. So let me cut to the chase here. What I want to show you is that if you are aware of where the nebulae in the game exist, you can actually look around you and figure out where you are in space, even if you didn't know the skybox you're in currently. So let me show you what I'm talking about. In Tama, if we do a 360, you can see a bunch of colors, right? There's some red, there's some green, there's some more red, lots of red, right? And those are nebulae, right? And I think you can probably see some blue up there too. We're going to look at two in particular. First one, this one. And you may remember from a previous episode that this is the nebula, that is in Verge Vendor. I don't think that has a name, but so this is the Verge Vendor Sync Liaison Essence nebula. So I know this to be the west of Empire space, right? And if we turn our camera over here and we look at this nebula, that's the one in Metropolis by Minmatar space, which has like Hymatar in it as well. And you can actually catch glimpses of other nebula too. I don't know if that's supposed to be Cloud Ring. I don't think it is because of the directions, but yeah, so if you orient this right, you're gonna see that the red is to the east and the green is to the west, right? So what does that tell us? Well, we're in the north. And because we just came from Jeddah and we're in Tama, which is the citadel, that is the north. So when you look around, especially when you're in Empire space, try to get a feel for where the nebulae are. Oh, I have a hard time with that one. Try to look at where the nebulae are and see if you can kind of orient yourself in space, you know? It could be really cool to do that. You might be able to have a bigger appreciation for the game. Okay, so a little bit of a status check and maybe update on what I'm doing. So I do mine a lot of gas. That's kind of like my thing that I do in the background while doing other tasks. So I have been mining a lot of gas and not recording it because, you know, it's not really that exciting. But I've also been doing some hacking. Now, strangely enough, I haven't found any ghost sites since I've grabbed that Astero, which is... it's okay with me, but it's kind of strange, right? We only have 2 days left on hacking 5, and we have all of our skill points, so I'm very happy about that. But no exciting ghost sites to report. As far as gas is concerned, like, we've been hitting it hard. I've kind of been stockpiling. Probably end up selling some here at some point soon. The reason I've been stockpiling is because I've been trying to think about the best possible way to utilize this. And really the options are to continue selling both compressed and decompressed like I was doing, and playing both markets for the most money, and simply using perimeter as a factory to decompress. And the other option is to take all this gas I have and try to react it in a low-sec system. Now, I've been trying to look at it a little bit, but again, if you recall from the first episode, second episode, industry is really not my forte. So I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to look into reacting a bit more and see if it's worth the amount of hauling I would have to do and the potential risk. Because remember, never forget this, when you have loot sitting in Jitta, that's money in the bank. If you have loot that you have in Jitta that you have to bring to low sec and then back here, you could potentially lose that, right? So I gotta weigh all that together, and I'll sort of see what I got going on in terms of my motivation and what I'd like to do with this stuff. And in the meantime, we'll just keep stockpiling it. Screw it. I have 1,000 plex that I grabbed with the implant money. I tried to buy it at a discount, and that will allow me to subscribe my second and my third account in another 5 days. So the way I see it is, like, I have a month and almost a week to continue stockpiling this and or potentially react it. So we'll see what the future holds. I'm not really sure what I'd like to do yet, but I will say that on some very juvenile level, watching numbers go up is pretty cool. So stockpiling gas has been pretty fun so far. But either way, we'll keep it moving.
Warp drive active.
So I'm headed back to my home system from Jitta on my Proteus character. And we have updated our Proteus fit a bit. And I just want to touch on what I did. So I have moved the scan launcher to the cargo and added a mobile depot so I can refit to that. I have downgraded the guns to ions from neutron, so a little bit less damage, a little bit less range. I have kept the tank largely the same, except I've put a reactive instead of an explosive. And lastly, and arguably most importantly, we have switched the subsystem
Active.
from Uh-oh. Son of a
Warp drive active. Warp
big
drive active.
kitty fuck. I didn't switch the fucking subsystem. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Warp.
Me. Alright, back to Jitta. My hauler's in Jitta. Oh, saved. Got saved on this one. Sheesh. Alright, I'm gonna be honest with you. This thing is way cooler than I ever knew it to look. I mean, dang. Very sleek lines, good coloring. I mean, it's very vibrant. Everything looks smooth. It has some texture in there. I really like the way this ship looks. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. And then to follow up that bombshell, we have a new ship. We have the third member of the family finally joining us. He's taken his time, but he's finally here. We have 5.1 mil skill points. This is a pilgrim. This is the least valuable of the 3 ships that I would like to fly. The pilgrim is a cloaky cruiser that specializes in energy neutralization and weapon disruption. So what that means for us is that we have a ship here with a bunch of long-range newts and a NOS. It has a point, an afterburner, 2 tracking disruptors, a ship scanner, a tank, brick tank, and some drone damage amplifier action. So what ends up happening is this ship is the 3rd one to decloak typically in my gank routine. And what it'll do is it'll try to cap out the target as fast as humanly possible and run an anti-tackle roll. The drones in this ship would be capable of killing things like sabers and interceptors at a fairly quick rate. Not to mention I can cap them out in mere seconds with this. The second major application beyond killing ratters and tacklers is potentially one day using a ship like this, or one of the 2 we're going to talk about next, to take down marauders by testing their capacitor stability and using tracking disruption to limit their damage. Okay, now, so we've talked about the Pilgrim. It's a cloaky cruiser, newts, weapon disruption, drones, right? There's a variation, which is another cruiser that doesn't cloak but is immune to D-scan, called the Curse. And the Curse, like the Pilgrim, newts and disrupts. However, it has much longer range. And that's really cool when you're talking about dealing with stuff like marauders, right? So I personally think that for what we're using the Pilgrim for, the Curse is better. It just takes a little bit more finesse because you don't have a cloak, so you can't like sit on things. You have to always be in little safes. Not a problem though, but I believe the Curse is better. But we're going to start with the Pilgrim because it's easier to use for me. And I think I'll be less likely to lose it. Now, the best of the 3 ships that we're going to talk about is the Legion, which is the Amar strat cruiser. The Legion is just amazing because, like the Loki, like the Proteus, you can fit really strong E-War on it and still have an insane tank and acceptable damage, right? So you'd probably go hams with newts with a brick tank. And what that allows you to do is to just get right up in the thick of things. You're adding a lot more damage. Your newts are not going to be as strong, but you're going to end up doing more damage. You're not going to die as easily. And overall, it's more my speed. But the Legion does take a lot of skills to get into. You're talking about missiles. You're talking about newts. You're talking about the strat cruiser itself. So that'll be off in the distance. We're going to focus on the Pilgrim and the Curse for several months. And then we'll eventually get into the Legion. So that's where we're at with our 3rd character. I hope that kind of catches you up to speed on where this guy has been, what he's been doing. We've been using him for gas up until this point, but now we have extracted the gas skills out of him, and he is a full-time combat pilot. Yeah, I'm not sure what going on here, but it looks like this Brutix Navy is doing some stuff. The Mach over here. Looks like the gate guns are hitting the Brutix. Oh, somebody tackle him? A Jag tackle him? No? Oh, he warped off. Okay. Well, that's no fun.
Warp drive active.
Alright, so this is interesting. When that fella came through and picked up his pass, he left some modules and I scooped some. So I have anchored a small laser battery next to a warp disruption battery. And we're using a Minmatar tower, so these get no bonuses, so they only shoot out to like 185, 200. Not the greatest, right? We set up some new pings, but we also put a mobile depot here, which will decloak cloaky ships. Now, when I started this journey, I was very careful not to like rock the boat, not to try to attract people that could potentially kick me out. But as I go on and on and on, I get more and more confident with the idea that I'm not really sure anybody could, quote, kick me out of J-Space or even evict me from the system. Like somebody could camp me and shut me down, but nobody's killing my orca unless I'm moving it, in which case somebody's probably killing my orca. But as far as getting evicted, not happening. I just don't see it happening unless somebody viewed it as like a personal challenge and they wanted to camp it for months. Anyway, long story short, we set up some fun stuff. We named this Welcome Mat. We named the laser battery the Tickle Stick, and we named the Warp Disruption battery Flypaper. So if anybody dies, hopefully they look at the names of the stuff that killed them and they get a little chuckle out of that. Yeah, so I cracked open my C5, I was a little bored, and somebody scanned me down in like 3 seconds. And immediately popped through the hole, and it was this Spanish-speaking corp called Atlas Corporation SA, and they're part of...
Warp drive active.
And they immediately sent 2 Dracovacs through my system. One of them sitting in my system. For the love of God, don't decloak. I already saw my Loki on D-scan when I scouted their system. So who knows, maybe they think I'm coming from the C2, I have no idea. That's a Dracovac. Oh more ships. They're coming in hot. Oh, the Drakes jump through? They're jumping through? What shows up here though? I didn't see anything show. Oh it's a Rediva. Don't even know what that is. Ah. Yo, how cool is that? Another Dracovac, an Ashamu, and a... whatever the heck that other thing is. Okay. I lied. It looks like they're still here. And so am I. Let me get this guy off before I kill myself. So... both of the Dracovacs come through. Reapproaching. Gosh, that's a scary amount of damage, eh? Oh, that's so cool. Estero. Gonna warp off to the C5 again. They handled their business, now they're out. So, funny thing is, with a little bit of snooping around and a bit of asking people questions, I was able to determine that that group of Dracovac and other Trig ships with the Ashamu belonging to that Cindy group, they killed a Gila in my class 2 static. Right here. And so the ships that were on this side of the wormhole that we saw earlier were basically backing these two up in case they escalated. Now the interesting thing is that our class 2 static today, 111159, This is actually where Ministry is headquartered, I was told. And you can definitely see the kill board corroborates that. Okay, so one of the wormholes that was in my system that I had scanned down but not checked out because I was barely playing at the time is a frigate hole, which only allows the smallest ships and leads to null, which is cool. But what's even cooler is if we, let's pilot over there. We look at this, and you remember what we were talking about before with the nebulae and the spatial awareness? Let's look at this hole. Take a look. Let's zoom all the way in. First of all, I see cloud ring. Before I even do any turning, I see cloud ring, which implies that we might be in the west, right? Keep turning. Oh, there's Verge Vendor. So if cloud ring is to the left of Verge Vendor, let's see, is there anything else? We just get those two clues. My money is on this being in Syndicate. I think this probably leads to Syndicate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send, I guess, a random venture through it. We're going to test that real fast and we'll cut to that. So I haven't gone through here, to be clear. I have not gone through here. I don't know where this is based off just looking at the info, but I believe that, yeah, it's gonna be, I mean, it's Syndicate, Outer Ring, or Fountain, right? Those are the only three options. I just think that they're big enough for it to be Syndicate, but who knows? We'll see which one exactly it ends up being. Syndicate. Yo, let's go. How cool is that? So by looking at the nebulae inside of the wormhole reflection, we can even see where in nullsec we're about to go through. I mean, come on, is that not? Are you not entertained? Like, that makes me happy that we're learning to that extent. The reason I was pretty sure it was Syndicate is because that cloud ring looks pretty large. If we were in Fountain, that would be very small, I think. And plus we would also see the constellation that's in Iridia, and right now I don't see that unless that's this line here. I think that actually is that line. That's what that is, but it's faint, like it's not huge yet. So I figure we must be between all three. Whoa. Who's this guy? The friggin' Atron. He came in through the frig hole. Wow, I've never seen anybody use these in real time. What? No. No. What? I still have internet. I just disconnected from Eve. No, get me in, get me in, get me in. Just this guy. He's the only one I care about. The other ones are safe-ish. Alright, I'm still alive. Cloak, 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 cloak. We're gonna go to deep safe. Alright, we're good. The Atron totally sees me. He's totally gonna see me. Oh, I didn't get the D-scan though? Thank God. Alright, deep safe. Oh. So you saw how it took a while to go back into warp? That means I was still coming back from the E-warp. Yeah, so I saw a couple of Epithal's running around here. Not sure what their deal is, but we're gonna see if we can catch one of them. That'd be funny. Gonna be hard. They're moving around at the speed of sound here. Already off D-scan, see that? Damn, he's out there forever? There he is. Damn. Oh, he logged. Damn, he straight logged. Shit, oh, he missed it on that one. Oh, came back in. Good sign, good sign. Any more Epithals popping out? There it is. Where's he going? Where's he going? Quick. I'm gonna tickle you. We went to, which one was that? It's 6. Going for it. Looks like there's 2 of them there. I don't know which one I grabbed. Hopefully I got the right one. I think I got the right one. Is he here? He's here. Go for it. Going for it, going for it. I get the point. Got it. I think he can't get out. Oop, turn the micro off. That was foolish. I think we got him here. Yep. Yay, we got a kill. So I guess 6 instead of 2 there because 2 is, there's 2 things there. I figured 2 was the one closer to the star. 6 was the one farther. You can probably get around that by maybe doing like a box select or something. I'm not sure if you can get a Brutix. Oh, Brutix undocked. A Brutix and a Tengu. Okay, interesting. Spicy. And there's the 3rd. That's the guy all over the kill board. I knew they had a 3rd. Obviously he was in here, but I knew he was active too based on their behavior. I probably would have lost that, honestly. Thinking about, I could put all 3 characters on the Tengu, cap them out, full DPS, put all the EC drones on the Brutix. Just relax. But yeah, we would have been in trouble, I think. I'm in nullsec. In nullsec, just goofing around. Looks like it's, what is this? No idea, actually. No clue where this Stratios is. I'm at the combat scan him, screw it. I don't know if we can take a Stratios and a Sveeple, but hey, you know what? One of the few ships I'm willing to throw out there and try. Seems unlikely, but maybe we can get him and kill his drones, kind of thing. Something like that. Up here. I think. Oh, I could have descanned it. Oh, he cloaked up. He cloaked up. Darn. Is the... What are all these cargo containers doing here? Them. What's in the box? 4 mil? Okay. Take that. I'm legit killing this Atron's loot. What a person I am. Another one. What the hell? Made 10 mil. That's weird. I'm sitting here and a system popped up in my system. It was an exit from another class 4. Right? That's this system right here. Now this immediately caught my eye and I looked around a minute now. And nobody lives here. There's citadels, there's no passes, there's no activity. And I thought to myself, man, I would really like to move here. I think next downtime. But I thought about it even more, and I don't think I want to give up the class 2 static. I think the class 2 static is just too important for finding people. I think if I moved here, I would get bored because I would never find anybody to shoot, really. Now, this configuration is nice because C3 and C4 are, you know, battleship marauder stuff we want to kill, but I think what I want is to live in a C4 with a C2 and a C3 static. I think this is what we're going to move into next configuration. There's a couple reasons for it, and if we find one, I'll go into them, but I think it's getting close to move time. And while I don't want to talk about why I want to move into that hole, I will tell you why I maybe want to consider getting out of the one I'm in now. Because the class 5 static is just... it's pretty worthless for us. You know, I like being out there and seeing the crazy shit they do, but at the same time, like, it's kind of a struggle to even get gas out of those things sometimes. I mean, there's just like days on end where I can't even get gas out of my class 5 static because there's just people that are strong, so. Either way, I'm going to keep an eye out for a class 4 with a 2 and a 3. And I think that's the money. Okay, this is getting very frustrating. Just sitting in my system for like an hour doing other things on the computer, and I pop into my class 5 static and DC'd in my Loki. It's like I'm going to lose ships because of this. It's just a matter of time. I have to get my internet fixed. So I found a probe somewhere. He's at this planet. Not sure what he's up to. It's in the class 2 I passed through. I have rage missiles on right now, but I do no damage to him. Oh well. He'll should die if he's here. Yep. Oh, he's pretty far off. I f***ed up. I f***ed up big time. Did he notice me? Oh, he had to have noticed me, right? Did he not notice me? If he gets caught now, it's gonna be embarrassing. I'm not sure he's gonna get caught here, but maybe. Go up to 29? It's possible. Oh my god, he got caught. What the heck? Am I gonna get baited here? How did he not see me? He was too busy looking at the map, I guess. Cool. Gotcha. Instant cloak. Sweet. I thought when I decloaked, I thought he was right next to me, but I didn't have my TAC map up, and he was farther away, so I like tried to recloak, and he just didn't notice or something. It's pretty wild. Let's look at my kill here. Do you have anything on worth looting? No. Completely worthless. Oh, he's just exploring. Oh, he warped off? What? I thought I was doing you a favor. I guess not. Okay. Oh, he wants to stick around, I guess? Power to him. So, one part of the Svipo that we haven't really touched on, I know we bought it for shattered purposes, But one of the things that this ship does that I like more than anything, and it still does it even through the nerfs, is acts as this ridiculously huge passive tanked, unneutable, brawling machine, right? And this was a common fit back in the day too. It's just considered bad, and it is pretty bad, but it has some perks. So this is basically 7 shield regen module sweeple fit with 2 Republic mediums, a little bit of tackle, baby tackle, J5B, and a compact micro with a prototype cloak, an expanded cargo, or expanded expanded probe launcher, and some guns. And what this does is it tanks like, I don't know, 350 DPS with no mods. So you can nuke this out and you still have to do 350 DPS, which basically makes it immune to a lot of ships. Like anything under a cruiser basically cannot kill this ship. And crucially, capacitor warfare does virtually nothing against this either. I mean, it breaks tackle, that's about it, but and shut off the micro. But this is viable in PvP. It's not great. I like the double buffer fit with damage mods and DCU in PvP more than this, but this has a really cool application that we use it for. We use this to clear gas sites that are perimeter now. We don't even put our Loki on the field to kill these gas sites, because why the hell why would you though? Like, it doesn't make any sense to actually put the Loki in here. Yeah, you can sit in the cloud and be safe, but you're gonna lose it eventually. Somebody good is gonna kill you. So what I like to do now is have this Sweeple out here and let him take care of all the sites. And they newt you, they web you, who gives a crap? I mean, you are a Sweeple with full passive regen. You can just sit in the site, just take your time, shoot things, approach things like you're a noob running missions in high sec, right? And if somebody comes to gank you, I mean, yeah, you could lose this ship. It's like 100 mil. That's a fair chunk of change, but you can fight back against pretty much any tackle in the game besides like a hick or something. You can smoke sabers, you can smoke dictors and stuff unless they kite you really well. But you're a Sweeple. You have a lot of tricks up your sleeve with these modes and different ammo types. So, you know, basically the point is this ship is awesome. I love to fly it. It's hard to crack with 1 or 2 little ships. It makes you feel brave. It can clear rats, no problem. It's pretty much just like a really, really good ship. So I've been enjoying it, and I'm going to continue to do that. Take that, go to you, pulse the micro, go to prop mode just to make it cleaner. And we'll pull into an orbit, turn our guns on, and switch back to sharpshooter. In the 350 damage per second tank figure I talked about, you would obviously do that in defense mode. Right now we're going between prop and sharpshooter because these sites are easy, but if you needed more tank, you would sit in defensive mode, of course. That also makes you pretty competent tackle with the signature radius. Boon. Yeah, it takes you a while to kill him, but it's chill. It's better than putting half a bill on the field and descanning like a madman and being nervous. If someone killed this Sweeple, I would probably, honestly, giggle and try to kill him and, you know, not be upset. Look at this Sweeple right behind you. That's menacing. Alright, that was pretty cool. Okay, so I just had an idea, or rather, I became curious about something, and I would like to test it. This is definitely different to anything we've ever done before in this series in terms of topic and I guess subject and etc. But what I want to do is I have two accounts, number 2 and number 3, the Proteus and the Pilgrim. They're going to expire in a day or two. They're off by 1 day. And that is both my hauler and my Orca pilot as well. My second Orca pilot. What I want to do is I want to hold down my POS, tuck it away in the Orca, get the Orca and the hauler and all the ventures, get them in deep safes, scatter them around, keep them nice and safe. Nobody can find them. And log them out. And then on my main, I'm gonna fly my happy butt to Jeddah. I think I'm gonna buy a Varger. And I'm gonna do like some level 4 missions for a day or two because I want to play around with the Varger and see what it's like. And I could do it on CC, but I might as well do it on live. Be fun on live. And I'm going to goof around with some stuff just for a couple days. And then I'm going to resub both of my other accounts, possibly all 3 of my other accounts all together, and then we're going to pop the tent back up, so to say. So essentially what I'm testing here is not any technique that will be relevant for virtually anybody besides the Nomad playstyle, which is if our subscriptions end, we could technically just not sub for a day or a week or 2 weeks and just take a break. You know, we're basically stopping the clock on the ISK requirement for plexing whenever we do that. If we play on our main, it's dirt cheap to play the game, if not free sometimes. So, yeah, I'm not going to be actually for the next day or two harvesting gas or killing anybody. What I'm going to be doing is focusing on, and I'll try to show you as best I can without actually making it obvious what I'm doing and where stuff's at. But I'm going to show you how I set up for this temporary hiatus. And some of the principles that we are going to, I guess, apply and learn from doing that are going to apply to our moving techniques as well. So for today we're going to log, and then on downtime we'll be moving the Orca to a deep safe, and we'll also have the other ships there. So okay, so it is now 20 minutes before downtime. And what I have done is taken virtually all of the fuel and the strunt out of this POS. 700 strunt and about 700 fuel. So my cargo bay, which is 7.7 thousand meters cubed, will fit this strunt, this fuel, and the stick inside of it, right? Right. So let's warp him off. Okay, now I have my crane in a safe spot, and we will leave him here until after downtime. What we're doing now is waiting for downtime to get closer. And when we're pretty close to flipping over to downtime, we're going to go ahead and throw our Orca into a deep safe. So I guess the idea here is that in case you have watched this far into the series and don't understand what downtime tanking really entails, I don't know if I've ever actually explained it, so we're just going to touch on it real fast. Basically what this entails is that we're going to warp the Orca when there's only like a minute left in before downtime, right? And then anything that is able to scan and get on the Orca is pretty much never going to be able to kill it in like 10 seconds. So in case baits, it's more dangerous to do that because people could drop on you, but here there's no dropping. Someone would have to know in advance what you're doing. They'd have to have the probes ready. It's pretty much impossible to die doing it this way. Note I say pretty much impossible and not impossible because surely there is always a way to die. Okay, that's our 5-minute warning. Pretty much anytime the orca is involved, you want to make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's. So what I'll do is when that hits, I don't know. We can actually just log him in now. It's perfectly okay. We'll log the orca in now. Keep an eye on how long it takes. We logged it in at about 45. And I do suppose while we're doing this, we can talk about what we're doing with the orca and stuff. We're not going to change to travel fit. We're not going to change to high sec fit. We are simply parking the orca. So you would keep your expanded cargo holds and stuff because you're simply going to pop up somewhere else. So it took us, what was that, like 45 seconds, I'd say, to warp 1 AU? Pretty good. But other than that, we have folded all the fuel in here. We have a lot of fuel. We have our stront here. And we have, you know, some loot and stuff. I don't really care because I'm planning on popping this up again pretty soon. So I'm leaving everything in here, right? We have our Sveeple, our Loki, our Saber, our Venture, our Astero, a Synesis shuttle, and our hacking cheetah. Everything is in here, right? And we're also going to leave the Pilgrim and the Proteus in the hole as well. They're going to be our main seeds. We're leaving all 3 Ventures. They have probe scanners, but we're going to leave the 2 PvP ships in here as well. Those are going to be the ones that primarily scan us out safely, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, I guess... I'm not going to be able to show which one I go to, but I'm going to pick one of these at random. And then we will warp to it in a couple seconds here. And then we'll be happy, right? Oh, there he goes. Look at him. See ya. And he's gone. And we're going to keep scanning every time it's up. If we see anything whatsoever, we turn around and go back to the POS. But at this point, we only have a minute left. And we're landing, right? So what that tells me is that we are probably going to be good to cloak with no probes out, which means we're safe, right? Waiting, waiting, waiting. The ship is very slow. And we're cloaked. Just like that. Now we don't log or anything, we just chill. You can't be scanned down when you're cloaked. And then, just like that, we have completely parked our entire setup in a safe location that we can pop up anytime we want. Anytime we want, we can resume this. We just scan ourselves back in, and we're good to go. So the next step is, after downtime, we're going to go on our crane, and we're going to pick up the POS, basically, is how that's going to work. Okay, see how it says less than 1 second right now? If you're downtime tanking, this is the scariest spot to be in, because this could be 1 second, this could be 10 minutes. You have no idea how long it's actually going to be. If there's a problem, it could take them a while, right? Alright, about 2 minutes later, 2-3 minutes later, servers kick back up, log onto our hauler. And what we're going to do is we're going to warp right into our POS, and we're going to start shutting it down. Alright, step 1 would be taking down all the modules. Luckily, I already took those down yesterday. So no modules to take down. Step 2 would be emptying this of fuel and stront, right? Just like that. Now, we go put offline. We align. And then we unanchor. See that? Boom. Warp. Cloak. Can't cloak yet. We're too close. So you take the fuel and the stront out, and then you unanchor it. You know, as a solo player, we have like a lot of things working against us. We have to scan everything, we have to shoulder all the risk, and so on and so forth, right? But if there are like advantages, like perks, I guess, to playing by yourself, and particularly doing nomad stuff. And one such perk of doing this playstyle is that, I mean, we can just hold it down, take a break, whenever we want. I mean, I know there are other playstyles that can say that, but not many. I mean, wartime during a null block, if you leave, you're not going to have a home when you come back, like that kind of stuff, you know? Small corps, you need to be there to help them run. But for us, I mean, if our subs end, and I don't, like, I feel any type of burnout, or for example, like I had something going on where I didn't have a lot of extra free time, you know, I could conceivably just fold it down whenever I want to. And then just do exactly like I did here, just park everything all over the system and wait till you feel like playing again, or wait till you can play again. Come right back to the game. So I'm a huge fan of this, and I'm not sure we need to like test it, but at the same time I also do think maybe a little break is in order. I've been playing this game hard for like 2 months with all my free time. So I'm thinking that I can test this theory of just stop and go, kind of granular play style, and also get a little tolerance break in there as well. So I'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But I have a bunch of stuff that I want to do in J-Space still. And obviously, this series is not winding down. We're going to pop this tent back up ASAP, but it's definitely blowing my mind how just hands-free banking this is, you know? This is just easy stuff, you know? This is just... This is what really stops me from joining Corps, is that, like, I can't just take a break when I want to. Like, you can, but then it kind of looks like you're bailing out on them or whatever. Sometimes you can't even. This is nice. I don't have to tell anybody what I'm doing. I don't have to make sure plans line up. I don't have to feel bad about anything. I can just rip my stick down, throw my orca in some safes, and take a break. And you know what? That's how gaming should be. And I kind of like that we're able to do that here. So just like last time when we moved and got rolled out of that hole and we had to pick up a stick, we're going to do the same thing here. You basically just want to keep your vector of your align to something, anything. And then you're going to want to decloak, scoop, warp, cloak, just like that. We'll show you what that looks like. Just want to get a little bit closer. Okay. And now we're going to approach the bookmark. Okay. With a little bit of luck here, we should be right next to that control tower. We're going to wait for it to decloak us. I think it should, right? Alright, scoop. And warp. Scoop. Okay, we fucked that up. And look at this. We have 680 fuel, 700 straw, and a control tower in a blockade runner in the system. Right? I mean, come on. Now what we do is we just go over there and lock him out. Then when we want to come back, we resub. Account number 2, account number 3. We log on this guy. We drop a tower, fuel it up, throw in some stront, log the orca in, warp it right to the tower. And we're back in business. It would take me a total of 1 hour to restart what I just had there. Literally 1 hour. And I would be good to go. It's truly insane just how amazing this setup is. How lightweight it is, how we can... I don't know, I'm in love with this. And I guess it's weird to be talking about how you love a setup if you're taking it down and taking a break, but like that's part of the appeal for me. Again, I can't understate that. We are completely done. we're going to do is we're going to suicide our main. And we're going to bring him to Jeddah. And then everybody else, in fact, we can just launch these groups here and take a look at it real fast. So our main account, this guy is going to log on and suicide next. Our trader's in Jeddah. And our venture is in a safe spot in our system. Second account, all 3 of these are safed up in our system. Third account, all 3 of these are safed up in our system. And then our 4th account, we brought our 4th venture back to Jeddah for now, or in Holm, I guess. I thought it was Jeddah. All these guys they need some work, so we'll get to that eventually, but they're all out of the hole. So what we're left with is a total of 7 characters in the hole once we bring our main out, including the Orca, the Crane, 2 PvP ships, and all 3 of our ventures. So that's pretty darn cool. We're gonna log in and take a one-way trip to Jeddah. And be happy. Alright guys, in this episode we saw a capital ship, we killed a strategic cruiser, although yeah, it had fireworks and was hacking, but we killed a strategic cruiser. We got some use out of our saber, which was awesome. We added a new PvP cruiser to our fleet, the Pilgrim on Chalcid. We studied nebulae and kind of looked at how to use them to form spatial awareness within New Eden, and Anoikis looking through wormholes. We chased explorers around, and we wrapped up by showcasing how this Nomad playstyle can kind of fold down or shut down whenever it wants. So, action-packed episode. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate you.